Good morning, all of you. Welcome to Indian Economic class. Today's class is Block 4, Unit 13. The topic is Agriculture sector in India. In this particular unit, we are going to discuss about the causes of low productivity and agriculture marketing, some government initiatives relating to agriculture marketing, and what are all the determinants of agriculture productivity, and one application called AGMAR, how it is implemented. These are all the topics that we are going to cover in Unit 13. The objective of this particular unit is to learn about the agriculture productivity and agriculture marketing. Let us start. Agriculture constitutes an important sector in Indian economy as it provides a livelihood for nearly half of the Indian workforce. And in that sense alone, it is a backbone of our society. It also provides food security to the nation, the most basic human needs. In terms of size and expansion, it is one of the world biggest economy. India is a second highly populated country, so we have to concentrate more on agriculture. But while food production is ranked very low, let us provide some of the basic idea about the agriculture sector, the features of agriculture in Indian economy. We have a problem of low productivity. We have been facing this particular problem in agriculture sector because it is a very huge population workforce is engaged in the agriculture activities, but the agriculture productivity is very low. We shall now discuss the problem of what are the costs for this particular low productivity, and we try to touch upon the measures which are recommended or adopted by India over the period of time. What is productivity in agriculture? As in any production process, productivity measures the input to output relationship. In simple terms, if more input is needed in one country or region to produce the same quantity of output compared to other countries and regions, we shall say the productivity is lower and the farmer, the higher will be the later. It is lower in the previous one and higher in the later one. Now, three basic inputs needed to produce the agricultural product. One is the land, the other one is the labor, and the third one is the capital. Of course, these three work together, calculating the productivity of simple input, which is extremely complex to exercise. Moreover, simply measurement of total quantity of input may be used to difficult with respect of labor and capital. The following table is a comparative study given by the Agriculture Statistics prepared in 2016. This data provided by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Government of India. If you see the figure, in the world thing, the rice is almost 4,505 tons of rice and 909 tons of pulses. But India is preparing 3,500. This is a requirement of country for the particular. So we compared with India, China, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and this is the output that they have want to produce. It is seen from the above table that in respect of rice, which India is the leading producer, and the average yield per hectare of land is lower than not only in China and Brazil, but also the Indonesia, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Bangladesh. So this particular figure gives the average yield per hectare. So the world average is 4,546, but India's average is only 3,576. You see the China, it is 6,000 odd, and we are compared to other countries, we are very less productivity. Moreover, our yield per hectare is significantly lower than the world average. Similarly, our pulse yield per hectare is a lower country like China, Brazil, Myanmar. More importantly, the Indian productivity is lower than even world productivity. So the problem of low productivity in agricultural output is clearly shown from this above data provided by Ministry of Agriculture. Now let us list out what are the causes for low productivity. Excessive pressure of population on land. The uneconomic land holding, as the agriculture census 1011 says, the small and marginal holding less than 2 hectares account for 85% of total operation of holding and 44% of the total operated in this particular India itself. Now, the small farm size inhibited the mechanization, but all the farmers are having very less land, but more number of people. So we find difficult to aggregate that. Uh, what kind of difficulty that we are facing is we are not able to apply the modern input and adoption of scientific land improvement find difficult to implement that. Then water conservation is the other problem, and we have there is no proper scheme to protect all these measures. So because of this, the agriculture productivity is low. What is the reason? The agriculture population in the output of what to say, more number of people are employed in agriculture. That is why we are not able to give required level of agriculture productivity. The second reason is inadequate access to irrigation and dependence on monsoon only. We have presented some data in that by Agriculture Ministry that irrigation facility in India is very poor. According to Economic Survey 2018, only 48% of net own area is got the irrigation facility. Rest of the 52% because they depend on monsoon. If we calculate in the percentage of gross cropping area, the percentage is lower than 34.8. It is to be noted that the grass cropped area is the same land may be counted more than once and multiple cropping is practiced. While under the net shown area data, the land is counted only once. So that indicates the value will be very low because repeatedly we are using the land, we are losing the facility and the productivity is comparatively low. The third reason for low productivity is unscientific use of soil nutrients, which may result in loss of fertility of soil. The modern method of farming involves chemical fertilizers, the use of so-called NPK package. NPK package means nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium package. So we are using that particular facility in land. It may lead to land degradation, low rate of investment and capital formation, and lack of access to get that particular formal agriculture credit. Because of these reasons, even this particular package is not able to implement properly. Then, uh, because of all these reasons, the agriculture productivity is very low. Even if you produce required output in the agriculture, the next difficult task is agriculture marketing. Agriculture marketing, we may say first we'll have we should know what is agriculture marketing. It is a commercial function involved in transferring the agriculture product to the from the producer to the consumer. But agriculture marketing find difficult because the farmers are producing, but they are not able to sell or they are not able to transfer their output. Why? Because poor infrastructure, lack of agriculture growth. Because of all these things, they are not able to supply to the needy consumer. Uh, some of the reasons are they don't have place to store and their lack of infrastructure, there is no transportation. And for transporting their goods, they have to follow certain formalities, but basically their literacy level is less, so they are not able to formulate. So they are selling with a very low price, and intermediaries are playing dominant role because they are purchasing in a very low price and selling in a very high price, which in turn create inflation. So the government of India want to give some system for agriculture marketing. For that, they formed one commission called National Commission on Agriculture. This is the part 12 of the report. Have given recommendation how the agriculture market to be. They defined the agriculture marketing as it is a process which starts with the division of produce a saleable form of commodity, and it involves all respect of market structure system, both functional and institutional, based on the technical and economic consideration, and includes pre and post harvest operations like assembling, grading, storing, transportation, and distribution. The Indian Council of Agriculture Research defines agriculture marketing as involving three important functions. What are they? Number one, assembling, that is concentrating. Number two, preparation of consumption, this is called processing. And the third one is distribution. So let us list out what are the objectives. The objective of agriculture marketing to enable the farmers, that is the producer, to get the best possible return on their labor and investment. The second objective is to provide facility for buying all the produce the farmers plant to sell the price that provides them a positive incentive to produce again. The third objective to reduce the price difference between primary producer and ultimate consumer. And the last one is to make available all the agricultural products to the consumer at a reasonable price. So, in order to achieve these objectives, the government of India have initiated a lot of schemes, but uh, there are a lot of shortcomings. We may say problems in agriculture marketing. What are the problems in agriculture marketing? Some of the reason I have listed here. The first one is poor storage facility. The major deficiency of Indian agriculture marketing is a lack of storing houses with the farmers. The second one is there is an inefficient and inadequate transport facility. They are producing a required amount, but they are not able to deliver to the required people. Why? Because poor transportation. Then lack of perfect knowledge. Without such knowledge, the farmer cannot get the advantage of higher and lower price of differential market. And the fourth reason for not able to implement the agriculture marketing system is too many intermediaries or middlemen. Lack of sound agriculture credit system. Even though they are ready to work, they are not having money with them, so they are not able to continue the agriculture. Then one more problem in agriculture marketing is lack of infrastructure, and we are not having any national integrated market for agriculture. So these are some of the problems in agriculture marketing. So in order to overcome these problems, the government have initiated some schemes. Some of this particular scheme is of failure only. Why? Because the rural area and the geographical area of India is not so favorable for the scheme, because the government is taking some initiation, but it is not reaching to the ultimate farmer. The government has taken more initiatives to solve the problem in agriculture marketing, but the government over the years has tried to address the problem of, but they find difficult. Why? The steps may be briefly outlined to the only the intermediaries, not the actual producer. So for that, they want to construct some marketing institution, agriculture marketing institution. The marketing institution can be grouped into public sector organizations, which is include Food Corporation of India, FCI, then Cotton Corporation of India, the Jute Corporation of India. So these are the some of the agriculture marketing institutions which may help to deliver the goods from the rural area to the urban area. But these three are public sector, so the farmer are not able to complete the formalities. So commodity boards, Commission of Agriculture, Cost and Price Council, all these things help the farmers to complete the formalities. For that, they adopt the cooperative societies. The state agriculture marketing boards and central and state warehousing corporation and agricultural produce market committees are ready to extend their warehousing facilities to the marginal and small farmers. So based on that, they start the cooperatives. The other formal and informal committees come forward to give a warehousing facility to the rural areas. The role and function of these institutions has their own hierarchy setup. Based on that, they try to do their best, but whether it is implemented to the expected level means it's a big question mark. Why? Because they are not able to implement because of the illiteracy and ignorance and more number of small and marginal farmers. So the next best solution is to create a cooperative network. So India followed a four-tier structure called the primary marketing society, district or regional cooperative, or state marketing federation. Apart from this national level marketing cooperative. So the four-tier system was implemented. Whether that particular scheme is there in some village and some area, it is very successful, but not all the agriculture areas. Why? Because uh, people are try to migrate from agriculture to allied activities or moving towards the urban areas like town and cities for seeking some other job. So they are not ready to work in the agriculture, so they are unemployed. So the third one scheme that government have initiated is called minimum support price. So when the farmer produce some goods, some minimum price should be fixed for that product, irrespective of quality and quantity. So they established one more committee called Agriculture Produce Market Committee, APMC. This board will take care of the minimum support price for the agriculture. Then the last government initiative called ENAM. ENAM is electronic establishment. That is, the national agriculture market will be digitalized. Online trading will be encouraged for them. So when you equip the rural farmers about the ENAM, they can say these are the available goods. So the people will make a demand, make a order in that particular app, and they will come and collect. So for that, the small farmers agri-business consortium was framed, and this particular scheme is very successful. Uh, Once again, the people are not much aware about this. Those who are getting to it are making a good money out of it. So the best method of Government of India for agriculture marketing is ENAM, that is Electronic National Agriculture Market. Here, the online trading platform is given to the agricultural commodities. Then the other, this is one side. In the other side, through financial institution also, they have encouraged. For that, they started National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. NABARD was, which is the apex development institution, is only meant for the agricultural sector. This was started in 1982 and owned by the government of India. The NABARD aims to bring out the rural prosperity through credit or non-credit initiatives in the field of agriculture, cottage, or village industry. To some extent, they help for the handicraft and small-scale industries also. Now at present, the NABARD is giving all sort of agricultural credit to the farmers and allied activities, business crops. This particular NABARD is doing the work in three different sectors. One is financial assistance, second one is development function, third one supervisory function. Many financial institutions provide a short-term working capital loan or production credit to the farmers. NABARD refinance these institutions. It's called direct finance to that particular banking institution or financial institution. The Rural Infrastructure Development Fund (RIDF) set up through NABARD in 95-96 by the RBI, providing finance for the rural infrastructure projects. The RIDF contributes nearly 20% of the total rural infrastructure in India. Warehouse Infrastructure Fund of NABARD, infrastructure assistance for the particular scheme, and it will refinance for the financial institution which are extending short-term credit. In addition to this, there are many other NABARD schemes are there which are extending the finance directly. Some of them are direct lending to the cooperative banks, credit free to the market federation, credit to the producer organization development function, and it started a scheme for tribal development. And one more main scheme is called Kisan Credit Card Scheme. In this, the farmer is asked to get a identity card. Based on that, based on the land area they are having, based on the type of product they are producing, they will be provided with the agriculture loan. One more facility is called microfinance. This microfinance helps the rural farmer with the formal and informal institutions. Uh, this particular microfinance helps a lot to improve the deliver the goods from rural area to the required the ultimate consumer. Based on these information, now let us go to the technically. What are the determinants for agricultural productivity? This is more important. There are three factors that we should consider. One is the human factor. The second one is the technical factor. The third one is institutional factor. So these are the three factors which are considered to be a determinant of agricultural productivity. As far as the human factor is concerned, uh, how many people are engaged in the agricultural activity? So it is for them we have to provide the required facility to encourage or to increase the productivity. So this is the first part. Then what are the factors to be considered for this particular human factors is one is the social atmosphere, and we should say about what are all the facility available to them. So we have to increase the skill of the farmer. Mere working is not enough. They have to work smartly. For that, we have to provide training to them. This is the human factor side. Now, let us move to the technical factor side. We have to inform them, don't use traditional method of cultivation. We have to encourage them for modern method of cultivation. This is the first part for the technical factor. And we should not be superstitious that this particular method only we should. So organic farming is one of the best method to, even though it is a tradition, modern techniques has been used in organic farming. So third one is we should give provision for increasing the irrigation facilities because the farmers are suffering with insufficient irrigation facility. So technically speaking, this is the main problem for them, but they don't know this is the problem. They are waiting for the monsoon. Instead of depending on monsoon, we can create our own irrigation facility, and we should improve the fertility of soil. Instead of using chemicals, better to use the organic farming. The Indian soil have many problems like soil erosion, waterlogging, nitrogen deficiency, and farm. These are the reasons for low productivity where under the technical reason. The problem of pest and disease of crop. The plant diseases like rust or smut or rat, insects, and pests destroy the large portion of crop. So we should maintain that particular quality of the product. Due to limited mechanization of Indian agriculture, cattle has significant place in agriculture. The cattle is generally weak. Farmers have spent a lot of money in cattle farming, more time consuming an expensive tractor. So these are to be increased in the cost of agriculture. So we should give priority for this. One more reason is lack of credit facility. The credit facility is inadequate to the rural areas. Farmer cannot be reach the actual financial institution. Why? Because they are asking different formalities. They are illiterate. They are dependent on Mahajans or that is local money lenders. These money lenders charge heavy interest rate, and farmers have to sell their produce in a lower price because of this money lender. So farmers have a low income and low productivity. Then lack of high yield variety seeds, HYV. These HYVs are not commonly used. Farmers do not understand their significance. They cannot afford to buy them, and also the seeds are not easily available. The last one is improper marketing. Improper marketing is a significant factor for low productivity of agriculture. Farmers fail to get a suitable price for their produce. Inadequate means uh, transportation forces farmer to sell their produce in a local area only. The money lender is not allowing. They are charging more interest. Due to lack of warehousing facility, the farmer cannot be able to store their produce When the price is low, they have to sell. So these attributes, a lot of low productivity in the agriculture. So first one is human factor. The second one, these are the points for technical factors. The last one is institutional factor. Uh, Institutional factor divided into two. One is the main problem is small size of farm. The land holding of India is very small in size because the average size of holding is 2.3 hectares only. 70% of the holding is less than 2 acres. So it is very difficult to use the latest technique or technical how related with agriculture. This holding is fragmented. Due to this small holding, we are not able to implement the modern techniques in agriculture. The second one is defective land tenure system. Zamindari system has been an important factor responsible for the low productivity in agriculture. In this system, the cultivator is not the actual owner of the land. So he is working for the name. He is not. He want to work for 8 hours because he is not the actual owner. The zamindar is the owner of land, and he the tenant at any time. He will change. So the system is having a lagging, defective land tenure system. So the cultivator does not take interest in developing the land, and Zamindar does not make the farmer to in a comfortable place because if he is not working properly, he will change. So there is a lot of unemployment problem also arising. So the government of India want to abolish the Zamindari system, and it was abolished in 1960s. Now let's move to the application thing. Now we have to think about the quality of the product. For that, they introduced a system called AGMA system. AGMA is a certification mark employed in the agriculture product in India, assuring that they confirm the set of standard approved by the Director of Marketing and Inspection attached with the Office of Agriculture. The Cooperative Bank and Farmer Welfare of Ministry of Agriculture have give authorization about the quality of the product. The ACMAR head office in Hyderabad, Haryana, and legally enforced in India by agriculture produce. They will grade and mark for this particular thing. So they have a separate legislation called Agriculture Produce Grading and Marking Act 1937, which is amended in 1986. The present AGMAR standard covers the quality of guidelines with the 224 different commodities spanning a variety of pulses, cereals, essential oils, vegetable oils, fruits and vegetables, and semi-processed products like vermicelli. The term AGMAR is coined with the joining of AG meant for agriculture, mark is meant for the certification mark. This term was introduced originally in the bill presented in the Parliament of India in the Agriculture Produce and Grading Marketing Act 1986. The entire system of AGMAR, including the name, was created by uh, Archibald MacDonald Livingston. He is a person coined in 1937. Now we are using for India. The Agriculture and Marketing Advisory to the Government of India from 1934 to 1944, they made one survey and finally they arrived this particular term AGMA. He supported the staff by several ways. The system is designed to benefit the local growers throughout India who are in the absence of certification in the quality exposed by receiving that particular of the dealers or a separate one, the producers are separate one, and how the relation should be maintained between the producer and the intermediary. There are many laboratories that have been created in order to find out the grading and marking of the agricultural produce, mainly the Central Agmar Laboratory, CAL, and which is in Nagpur. And there are many regional Agmar laboratories in 11 nodal cities like Mumbai, New Delhi, Chennai, Calcutta, Kanpur, Guntur, Amritsar, Saras, Jaipur, like that. Each of the regional laboratory equipped with a specialized testing of product of with a regional significance. Hence, the product ranges could not test a variety across the centers. So, this AGMAR is a milestone for agriculture marketing. The testing done across the laboratories include chemical analysis, microbial analysis, pesticide residue, and some other opposing analysis. A number of analysis they made, and they are giving more priority for spices, ghee, butter, vegetable oil, mustard oil, honey, some other food grain related with wheat and soybean seed, Bengal gram, ginger, oil pig. So these are the main products Agmar is giving grading and marking. Now let us wind up the class. In this class, what we have discussed is what are the causes for low agriculture productivity, and we have basic idea about the agriculture marketing and what are all the steps taken by the government in agriculture development. The key words involved in this particular unit is determinants of agriculture productivity, AGMARC, government initiatives, lack of irrigation facilities, failure of monsoon, the outdated technology. These are the some of the technical words. You can expect a section A question AGMARC, they are repeatedly asked, and possible section C question is explain determinants of agriculture productivity or what are the government initiative to improve the agriculture sector. With this, we conclude. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any comment, kindly post it in the video. Thanks for watching the video.